We'll bring our palms together and start creating some friction, rubbing them back and forth, creating some heat. And then placing the palms over the eyes. Take a full deep inhale through the nose. And open the mouth. As you exhale, let it out. Bringing the palms back together, rubbing them again. This time, cupping the ears and then placing the palms on the shoulders, gently rubbing the traps, releasing any tension or tightness. Bringing the arms into a cactus-like shape, bending the elbows, spreading the fingers wide, and then placing the palms together, elbows touch. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, open wide, and exhale, round through the spine. So keep moving at your own pace here. We'll bring our hands into a fist, pressing them together, bending the elbows, and then straightening out the arms, drawing the fist away from the body, bringing it back in, and then straightening out the arms. Repeating this a few more times, just gently stretching out the wrists. Good, release the fingers, and then just start to find circular movements with the wrists, moving in one direction, then moving the opposite way. We'll move on to our hands and knees, making sure the joints are stacked. Bringing the palms on the mat with the fingers facing the kneecaps. And just gently stretching the wrists. You can shift your body forwards and backwards. Turning to face the fingers away from each other so that they're facing the outer edges of the mat. Just gently bend the elbows here. And finally flipping the wrists, pressing the tops of the hands into the mat. Good. Come to sit back on the ankles or in a comfortable seated position and shake out the wrists. Getting a shoulder stretch here, straightening the right arm across the body, hooking the left elbow onto the forearm. And keep connecting with the breath. Switching sides here, crossing the left arm over the body and hooking the right elbow into the left forearm. One last breath here. Slowly release. Come to stand on the knees, keeping the knees about hip-width distance apart and placing the palms along the low back near the sacrum. Start to press the hips forward slightly, bending the elbows and opening the chest towards the sky. You can keep the chin tucked into the chest or allow the head and neck to hang heavy if that's comfortable. Gently release, coming to sit back on the ankles, pausing for a moment here before coming back up onto the knees. Bring the palms back onto the low back. Press the hips forward, open your chest once more. Keeping the sternum lifted towards the sky. And then once you're ready, slowly come back down. Coming into child's pose, releasing the forehead onto the mat, keeping the knees together or apart here. And if you'd like, you can gently rock the head from side to side, giving your forehead a gentle massage. Once you're ready, placing the palms back down, coming into our tabletop position, keeping the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll move through some traditional cats and cows, starting with cat pose, rounding through the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, round through the shoulder blades, pressing into the palms and fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, round. So moving at your own pace here, allowing the breath to guide your movements. And take one last cat and cow here. And as you come back to a neutral tabletop, we'll start to shift our hips from side to side. So creating this circle-like movement. You can bend the elbows, moving in one direction and then moving in the opposite. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine, we'll extend the right leg behind, tucking the toes, pressing the heels towards the mat, stretching out the calf. Then go ahead and lift the leg straight out behind. Bring the left arm in front. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, round through the spine, bringing the elbow and the knee together. Inhale, extend. And exhale, round through the spine. One more just like this. Making sure to keep the hips even here. Once you've extended the arm and leg, go ahead and reach that left hand for the top of the right foot, kicking the foot into the hand, lifting the foot as high as you can, keeping your core engaged, and then slowly release, bringing the knee and hand back down to the ground, and extending the left leg behind, dropping the heel towards the ground, and then lifting the left leg, extending the right arm. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bring the elbow and knee together. Inhale, extend, and exhale, round through the spine. Once more here. Finding length in the body, and then reaching that right hand for the back of the left foot, kicking that foot into the hands, keeping your gaze steady, and gently release, coming back into a neutral tabletop. Sending the hips down, releasing the forehead to the mat, child's pose. And on your next inhale, slowly come up, tucking the back toes, sending the hips up high, downward facing dog. First down dog of the day, so we'll pedal out the feet here, bending one knee, bending the other. And then we'll sink both heels down towards the mat, bringing the feet slightly wider than hip width distance apart. From here, we'll reach the right hand across the body, allowing the right fingers to wrap around the left ankle. Getting a gentle down dog twist, gazing underneath the left arm. Breathe here. Placing the right hand back down, and then reaching the left arm across the body, wrapping the left fingers around the right ankle, gazing underneath the right shoulder. Coming back to a neutral down dog. Come up high on the toes, shift your body weight forward, coming into a high plank. Hold here, pressing into the palms. Shift your weight forward slightly, bend the elbows coming into Chaturanga, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down onto the ground. From here, pressing into the palms, lifting the heart for baby cobra. Exhale one more time. Inhale, press into the palms, open the chest, and exhale, release back down. Bringing the fingertips along the outer edges of the mat, elbows pointed up towards the sky. Inhale as you lift the belly, lift the chest, maybe straighten out the elbows here. Maybe allow the head and neck to drop behind. And as you exhale, slowly release back down. Bringing the palms underneath the shoulders, press yourself back up into plank, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, high in the toes. And as you exhale, take a few steps forwards, coming to the top of your mat in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, finding a flat back. Exhale as you fold. Finding ragdoll. Grabbing hands to opposite elbows, bending the knees, allowing the head and neck to hang heavy. Even weight between the toes and the heels. We'll keep the right knee bent here, straightening out the left leg, placing the right hand on the ground or coming onto the fingertips, and then reaching the left arm towards the sky, coming into a standing twist. Good. Inhale, place the left hand down. As you exhale, twist towards the right side, bending the left knee, straightening the right leg. Good, placing the right hand back down, forward fold, and then inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, coming into mountain pose. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, writing your breath down. Inhale, halfway lift, finding a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, palm the mat, and step back to plank. Moving through Chaturanga, bending the elbows, and then inhale for your back bends. Exhale, downward facing dog, rolling over the toes. Pause and take a breath here. Next, we'll lift the right leg for three-legged down dog. Bend the knee and drop the right heel towards the glutes, opening up the right hip. Weight is even in both hands. Straightening out the right leg, drawing the knee into the chest. And then inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, round through the spine. Bring the knee to the left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chest, and then step the right foot forward in between both hands. Inhale, lift the arms up. Coming into a high lunge. And then extending the arms wide, coming into warrior two. Making sure that back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Moving into reverse warrior, flipping the front palm. Bringing the right bicep to ear, either allowing the left hand to come along the back of the leg or finding a bind. Moving into extended side angle, bringing the right palm down inside of the right foot, reaching the left arm up towards the sky. Go ahead and place the left arm down beside the right hand. Reaching the right arm up towards the sky, spinning onto the back toes, coming into a twisted high lunge. And then spinning on the outer edge of the left foot, placing the right leg on top of the left leg, coming into side plank. Keeping your core nice and engaged, tuck the low belly in towards the spine. If this is challenging for you, stay here, working your balance. You could come into a tree leg variation, bringing the sole of the foot either on the calf or along the inner thigh, but trying to avoid placing the foot on the knee here. And moving into Wild Thing from here, placing the right leg behind, lifting the hips up towards the sky, coming into a slight back bend. Once you're ready, placing the right hand down, keeping the right foot lifted as you come into Chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to come back to your breath here. And we'll lift the left leg for three-legged down dog. Bend the knee, drop the heel towards the glutes, opening up the left hip. Straightening out the left leg, and then bringing the knee into the chest. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, twist the body, left knee to the right elbow. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, drawing the knee into the chest and then stepping the left foot forward in between the hands. Inhale as you lift your arms up, coming into a high lunge. And then moving into Warrior Two. Spinning on the outer edge of the right foot, extending the arms, gaze over the front arm. And then coming into Reverse Warrior. Flipping the front palm, bringing the bicep to ear, either finding a bind or allowing the right hand to rest on the back leg. Shifting your body weight forward, planting the left hand down, extended side angle, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. And then placing the right hand down beside the left hand, spinning on the back toes, lifting the left arm up, coming into a twisted high lunge. And then pressing firmly into the right hand, spinning on the outer edge of the right foot, coming into our side plank. So left leg is on top of the right leg, left arm is lifted. Keep your core nice and strong. And again, you have the option to come into a tree leg variation. From here, step the left leg back, lift the hips up towards the sky, Wild Thing. And then come back to center, placing the left hand down, keeping the left leg lifted as you move into Chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend, exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale high in the toes, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, coming into chair pose, Katasana. Even weight in the feet. Bringing the hands to heart center here. Take a deep inhale as you lift the heels, coming up high in the toes. Breathe. Exhale, release the heels back down. And then forward fold, releasing the head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palm the mat, bend the knees, step it back to plank, move through your Chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. From here, right leg lifts for 3 points. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reaching the fingers towards the sky as you take a deep inhale. See if you can bend back slightly, opening your heart up further. And then exhale, bringing hands to heart center, extending the arms behind you. And then inhale, reach the arms up. One more time, exhale, bringing the belly towards the thigh. And then stepping forward into the right foot, lifting the left leg so that the thigh is parallel with the ground. Reach the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, Warrior Three. Shifting your body weight forward, allowing your body to come into a T shape, making sure to keep both of the hips even here, back toes are flexed, and bending through the right knee, stepping the left foot back, turning to face the back of the yoga mat. Plant the hands down, step the left foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Then lifting the left leg for 3 points. Stepping the foot forward for high lunge, lifting the arms up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale as you open the heart further, reaching the fingers towards the back of the mat. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Shifting your upper torso forward, placing the belly on top of the left thigh and extending the arms behind. Inhale, lift the arms up one more time. Exhale, extend the arms backwards. Shifting your body weight forward, stepping onto the left leg. Right leg is lifted so the thigh is parallel with the floor. And then shifting your body weight forward, coming into warrior 3. Body in a T shape, back toes pointed towards the floor, and then bending in the left leg, stepping the right foot back, turning to face the front of the yoga mat. Plant the hands down, step the right leg back, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath here, deep inhales and deep exhales. Inhale high in the toes and take a few steps towards the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bringing the hands to heart center. From here, we'll interlace the fingers, wrapping around the right knee, drawing the knee into the chest and flexing the toes. Gently release the fingers, keeping the knee bent and drawing the right heel towards the right glutes, coming into dancer pose. Bringing the right hand towards the inside of the right foot, grabbing a hold of the top of the foot. As you kick your hand into your foot, reach the left arm up towards the sky, shift your body weight forward. Using your left arm to balance your body. Pressing down firmly into the left foot, maybe finding a micro bend in the knee. And then slowly, when you're ready, drawing the heel back towards the glutes and releasing the right foot back down, bringing the hands to heart center. Pause here. And repeating the same thing on the opposite side. Interlacing the hands, grabbing a hold of the left knee, drawing the knee into the chest. Flex the toes. And then release the hands. Keeping the knee bent, drawing the left heel towards the left glutes. Reach the right arm towards the sky, bringing the left arm inside of the left foot, kicking the top of the foot into the hand. Reach your right arm forwards, open your chest. Keep your gaze steady here. One more breath. And as you exhale, slowly release. Hands come to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, let it out. Gently open the eyes. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinging from the hips, forward folds. Bending hand to big toe pose. Bringing the hands underneath the feet with the palms up. Bending the elbows, let the head and neck hang heavy here. You can bend the knees as much as you'd like here, allowing the chest to rest on the top of the thighs. Or you can straighten out the knees for a deeper hamstring stretch. So you choose whichever variation you'd like. Taking one more breath here. And as you exhale, release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palm the mat, step it back to plank. Moving through Chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale, downward dog. Come up high on top of the toes and then come onto the knees. Shifting your hips back down towards the heels. Go ahead and cross the ankles and come to sit on the glutes. Extending the legs straight out in front. Finding a nice tall spine. Bending the right knee and crossing the right leg over the left leg. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky, wrapping it around the right leg. Finding a gentle twist towards the right side. Right hand comes to the back of the mat. Take a few deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, slowly untwist. Straightening out the right leg and then crossing the left over the right leg this time. Inhale, reach the right arm towards the sky. As you exhale, wrap the right arm around the left leg, twisting towards the left side. Left hand comes to the back of the mat. And slowly untwist. Coming to lay all the way down onto the back now. Bringing both knees into the chest. Straightening out the arms and then moving the knees in a circular movement, massaging the low back. Finding small circles at first and only moving in one direction. Releasing any tension in the sacrum. Allowing your movements to match with your breath. And then when you're ready, switching directions, moving in the opposite way. And then finding stillness. Releasing the hands back down to the ground, finding a cactus-like shape. And then dropping the knees towards the right side of the body. Inhale, come up. Exhale as you twist, dropping the knees towards the left side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist and drop the knees. Keeping this momentum going. Inhale to lift and exhale to twist. Coming back through center and then releasing the soles of the feet back down. Finding Supine Pigeon, crossing the right ankle on top of the left thigh, close to the knee. Staying here if you feel a deep enough stretch. Otherwise, lifting the left leg up, interlacing the hands around the back of the left knee and drawing both knees in towards the chest. Coming back to your breath here. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. Or maybe stillness is what you need. Finding a gentle twist here. Releasing the top of the foot towards the left side, gazing over towards the right side. Coming back up through center, uncrossing the right foot Then bringing the left ankle on top of the right knee. Gently encouraging the left hip to open, either staying here or lifting the right leg up, interlacing the hands around the back of the right knee. Staying still or gently rocking from side to side. And twisting towards the right side, bringing the top of the foot down to the ground, bringing your gaze towards the left. Coming back through center, and then hugging both knees into the chest, and finding happy baby, reaching the arms inside of the legs and grabbing the hands along the outer edges of the feet, bringing the knees towards the outer ribs, gently opening up both of the hips here, getting rid of any last bit of tension. Gently releasing the feet back down, bringing the soles of the feet together, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, allowing the knees to open along the sides, resting one hand on your heart and the other on the low belly. If you'd like to end your practice in Shavasana instead, feel free to extend the arms and legs, finding our final resting pose. Closing the eyes here, and we'll take one last cleansing breath. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale as you open your mouth and let it out. Allowing your body and your mind to completely let go and rest. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back into the space, finding small movements, either drawing the knees together, removing the ankles and the wrists, drawing the knees into the chest, and making your way up into a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed. We'll bring our hands to heart center, finding gratitude for yourself for making time onto your mat. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice, bringing our hands to our third eye and bowing. Namaste.